Do these walks every day, and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna try recording one. So this is it. This is my debut, bringing the camera into my normal walking life. I guess it's my first my first true vlog. And they asked, what are these people doing? Well, that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. This is what people are doing. People are doing what I'm doing. They're walking around. They're talking to a camera. They're just, who knows? What the hell are all we doing? I'm definitely gonna put my watching the shadow little video that I did first for the intro here. But this is I'm about halfway into the walk, and this is my secondary intro where I've really gotten into it kind of deal. I've really gotten into this recording thing. So this is me. This is some random dude walking around and showing you, I don't know, what life is like in suburban America. That's where I live, suburban America. I live in a state called North Carolina, a city called Charlotte, and I'm on the outskirts of Charlotte. And the past year or so, I found myself with a lot of extra time. I found myself working at home, and one of the things I do to cope with all that is I go on adventures every day. I go on little walks around the city. Sometimes I get lost. Sometimes I just do the path that I'm normally doing. Alright, I don't know if you can see behind me. This is a pivotal point in my walking journey. This is the intersection off of the little side road that I live on. So it's quite a hike to get to here. So usually when I get to this point, I'm on a real walk when I get here. Alright. I've officially crossed the street. Man, I've been going on this journey for a while where I've been trying to decide what I'm doing with my life, And in this weird magical way, I really hope it's wandering around talking to a camera. I've never really considered that being like a life I would actually want to do. But I don't know. It just sort of dawned on me that I go on these walks all the time, and it might be fun to. I think about all sorts of weird and crazy things when I'm on these walks, so it might be fun to start recording this. Leave me a comment on YouTube or something like that that says, "This is cool." You want to see me do some more walking? Because that type of thing. I don't know. It's so hard to do weird things, to do weird, artistic and creative things in life, because there's this draw that says that everything you're doing has to be so meaningful and things like that. But as I get older and older, I'm starting to realize that. Look at this fountain in the background. I'm starting to realize that sometimes it's just that everything has the exact same meaning, That nothing is more meaningful than anything else, even if you think it is. It's really important to have these big milestones in life where you accomplish some big goal that you've always dreamed of. I've been dreaming of making a video game for so long. For so long I've been pounding away at the keyboard and coding things up and trying to get into the whole game dev world. And I don't know. Recently, I've just been enjoying walking, man. I've just been enjoying walking around and exploring the little tiny local area that I live in, I always look forward to this time of the day when I actually go out and walk around just wander somewhere and go on an adventure, There's this guy walking behind me and he just said good morning. It made me realize that it really was the morning. Usually it's about 2, 3 in the afternoon when I do these walks, but today I decided to do something different. I decided to leave it like, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 11. I walked by this sidewalk coming up through here, and I saw a dude mowing his grass. Can I change this? Anyways. So I saw a dude mowing his grass. I see some other guys having some conversation in the front yard about God knows what. I see some other guy, you know, like delivering some package or something like that. I'm just starting to pay attention to those little things, you know? Whatever. This is my first video on one of my weird walks, so obviously I'm kind of feeling a little like I gotta say some important stuff and I gotta, you know, whatever. I'll get into practice here. I'll get into the flow to this kind of things. I'm just learning, you know? I'm learning. Gotta start somewhere. Look at this car. Pretty cool. I think it was Einstein that said, you know, the most important decision you ever have to make is whether you live in a hostile or friendly universe. And I think about that a lot. And it's true. That cool car I just showed you driving by, and that guy looped around the little loop, whatever you want to call it, loop-de-loo is what I call him. And he came back around. Yeah, had a little wave, and it was just this nice little friendly interaction with some dude that, you know, put a lot of his effort and his time into making this cool looking little truck thing. I don't know, man. The world is full of people that are just, I mean, we're all interesting, right? We're all incredibly interesting. Is that the best way to say it? And I don't know. That's something I've been thinking about. It's overwhelming when you just look around and you see that everybody's just an individual. Everybody's doing their thing. Everybody's got these passions and these, you know, creative drives. And I try and think about how do we become a world that lifts up all of that kind of stuff. You know, that actually gives people the. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that when you do creative things, when you build a cool truck, when you do a video like what I'm doing right now, when you do anything, really what you want to do. Maybe it's just me, but the rest of the world sort of needs to say, yeah, that's neat, and it needs to lift you up. And I think we need to do a little bit more of that. I think we need to lift everybody up. We need to look at what people are doing with their lives, and we need to say, you know what, that's cool. We need to recognize that, and we need to, I don't know, we need to allow each other to be who we are. When I was a kid, I remember having, like, playing with my shadow in a weird way. And then Peter Pan came out and he was playing with his shadow. That kind of sent me off on a weird direction. Alright, when you're walking around in suburban America like I am, you don't have these beautiful mountain paths to walk down. Not that I don't think those things are great, but you know, this is what you got. You got the piece of land that's been cut out for the power lines. That's what I'm about to walk down. I started this video with 50% battery and now I've only got 25, so I need to conserve a little bit. I'm trying to save my cuts here. I'm about to walk down this little path here. So to be honest, now that I'm here at the entrance, it looks just like a soccer field. I'm not sure if there's a way through, but we'll find out. I spoke too soon. There's a path coming up. There's a way through. There's always a way through on these weird things. It's one thing that I've found a little bit strange about living in suburban America. That we cut out these huge strips for these power lines. We cut out these huge strips all over the place. They're running in between all the different neighborhoods and stuff. I don't know if it's like that in the rest of the world, but that's how it is here in America. Or at least where I live in America. You got these huge strips of trees cut out for the power lines. And one of the things that I really appreciate is that we turn these things into little nature preserves, right? You know, they could just leave this as nothing and just tell everybody to stay off of it. But we try to turn it into like little nature walks and things like that. And I gotta say, it's clean. Everything looks nice and clean. People, I don't know what I'm talking about. We could go down this path, but there is no path. Here we go. The path ended up as nothing really. I've got this, whatever that pile of whatever is. And it kind of looks like there's a little bit of a path down there. So I don't know, we'll try to trek through. Alright, we've crossed into another clearing here, and I've got a conundrum. So straight ahead where the power lines go, it looks kind of, that's probably the right way to go, honestly. But over here, see that? Can you see that? There's another very interesting path down the way. So I've been doing videos on YouTube for a while. I've been putting stuff out about, I'm making a video game, so I've been putting videos out about that. What I really wanted to do is put some videos like this out where I'm just kind of vlogging and talking and stuff like that. And for all of you who are in my situation, who are kind of thinking the same thing, like you would like to do something like this, but you're worried about, you know, walking by somebody that might think something weird or who knows. Let me tell you, when you get out there, when you're just walking around, and even like there's a lot of people around here. This is suburban America. I'm surrounded by neighborhoods right now, and there's nobody walking on these paths. There's nobody. I go on these walks all the time, and I very rarely cross anybody. Sometimes on the sidewalks out by the streets, but when I'm in like an area like this where it's just kind of, you know, nothing, I never see anybody. I find that almost a real shame about America. I think in America here we've got a lot of really beautiful things in place. I think that politicians and stuff like that have made a lot of progress as far as preserving land and preserving beauty and just kind of giving this mix of nature and living and all of that type of stuff. But I don't think we take advantage of it. I think we're all too busy working. We're all too busy, you know, doing our we wake up in the morning and we do this, our routine. That's what I'm trying to say. We're all too busy doing our routine to actually come out and enjoy this stuff. Now I know you might be thinking that, you know, I'm kind of a wuss for walking through this, you know, already chopped out trail for me. But let me tell you, I've walked through dense forest, and it's just not that fun. You're just constantly caught up in stuff like that. So I actually prefer to find trails kind of like this that people have been down already. People have kind of stamped out. This one, even vehicles have been down. You can see all the tire marks and things like that. I mean, just, it's nice to walk through without having to get like thorns, you know, stuck in your legs and all that type of stuff. To be honest with you, with badass nature trekking, just pulling through all this stuff and just scooting through the vines. Now, man, that's why I walk around in suburban America, because we got paths already cut out for us. Uh-oh. sometimes you run into a danger like this. It's 2 inches of water. Stepping in that might make my socks a little wet. So I can already tell that right now I'm trekking a little too far down this path. I kind of know where like things are out there, and I don't know, it's usually at this point where I'm starting to get lost, and I'm just wandering in the middle of these weird neighborhoods, and where I pop out, who knows. For God's sakes, I just stepped in mud. Got my socks all wet. That's the worst thing you want on a walk. Trips around the forest, it feels good. Let me tell you, getting all scratched up by thorns and just the brutality of nature. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a wuss. Maybe I'm just a little wussy American, you know, hiking around in suburban neighborhoods kind of guy. But it hurts. It hurts a week later, getting all scratched up by thorns. When you're doing it, it doesn't feel too bad, actually. It's when you're, it's a week later when everything's starting to heal, you're itching your legs all over the place. I don't know, maybe people just get used to that. I can see there's some cars running on the road up here. So, there's got to be something up there. Every once in a while when you walk down these, like, in the middle of a neighborhood path, one thing I've noticed, especially when you start seeing construction equipment, that's when it's starting to get remote. That's when it's starting to get this forest and things like that. Another reason that these nature trails are cut out in America is because of just running sewer lines and stuff like that. I don't know, call me optimistic, but sometimes I think that we're blessed, that we're lucky to have, you know, it's nice that they keep all of this weird stuff going around. I know, like, you know, 100 yards or whatever off to the side over there is neighborhoods, and, you know, it's all like developed concrete and everything like that. But you know what, if we're gonna have concrete, which I honestly believe is the evolution, the nature growth of humans, you know, building cities and just having all this organization, stuff like that. I find myself fascinated about that too. I want to get in front of these yellow flowers. But I think that ultimately it's going to be all about a balance. It's going to be all about balancing nature and the human drive to just build and you know, create, you know, take nature basically and create these amazing structures out of it. I mean, think about it. Every house is trees chopped down and chopped into these, you know, perfectly, you know, symmetrical boards and all this stuff. And we live, you know, based on things that we take from nature. I'm trying to conserve my battery, but this is definitely weird. I've walked up on a home that just won't leave. The neighborhood's trying to buy up their land and they're refusing. They've been there their whole lives, and god damn it, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there until they're in the grave, right? Surely this isn't a house that's being built over there, right? I mean, that thing is gigantic. Alright. Now it definitely looks like we've come across some sort of construction road, where I'm sure the construction vehicles have been coming in here to build houses and all that kind of stuff. But I will say, it smells like a barn or something. It smells so good, like wood shavings, like, I don't know, just if you were to take a whole handful of earth and throw it into a blender, that's what's around me kind of smells like right now, and it's delicious. We're officially making it up to the end of our nature trail, the end of our little strip of land that they've cut out for these power lines, I guess. I don't know. I just like finding weird places to walk around. I'm actually going back because I hate walking on the sides of just roads, regular roads. I don't like being like a foot away from cars just screaming past me. So now we're venturing through a field, hoping it ends somewhere where I'm not in trouble. There is a tire swing, and there is some random truck that just drove by that's kind of giving me the slow evil eye. And now begins the venture down some random road. Although it says private property, beware of dog. I guess I shouldn't go down there. I think we just ended up on some random person's property. Because I'm seeing like tire swings and little forts and stuff built in the woods here. And I also see the road straight up there. So I guess we're gonna have to take that road. I'm not sure exactly what road that is. That's the feeling I love. I love going on walks and getting lost. I think that's why I do it. Just to get lost, you know? It's just so fun to not really know where you're at, but also know that, you know, you can get home. You know, you get a road. I'm not sure exactly what road we're walking on, but I'm sure it's around. I couldn't have walked that far. And whoever owns this driveway and this little house, I don't know if you can see it, way back in there, got themselves a nice piece of prime private real estate. It's just a bunch of busy little bees doing their day to day. It looks like someone's getting ready to build a, I don't know, probably a neighborhood or something. Anyways, that type of stuff that fascinates me, that people just like see a piece of land covered in trees and covered in dirt and all that stuff, and they just come in there, they bring these heavy pieces of machinery, and they just make it like a neighborhood that people live in, and the sidewalks and streets and all that. And we're coming up to civilization. I think I'm gonna stop at the old grocery store and get me I don't know, some sort of a nice juice. A nice juice for the walk back. All right, here I am, walking into the old Harry Peter. It's the place sustains us for food in this town. I think I'm gonna go for a kombucha, but what do I want? Blueberry ginger? Raspberry ginger? Probably blueberry. I also like these canned wines. I think I'll go with an Underwood Pinot Noir.
Scan your shopper's card.
All right, we're outside of the teat. Got my blueberry palm. And stopping at a store and picking up some stuff just kind of makes a walk feel a little bit more rewarding. Just so happy to be alive, you know? It's so nice to walk around and smell the good smells and see all the interesting stuff going on around. I think I could do this. I think I could walk around filming myself and just, you know, rambling about nothing. I think I could do this. To me, this is living. This is fun, right? Just exploring the weird things that are all around us and we don't even realize it. You know, I walk by people and I look at them and I say, this is gonna sound completely cheesy, but I just hope that everyone realizes how beautiful they are, you know? Just the fact that we can walk around on these sidewalks, that we can navigate our way through this life, that we can interact with other people, that we can, you know, just build what we build. And we're all so beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful. This is just in the middle of a neighborhood, you know? Some random, beautiful little valley. So of course us suburban Americans, when we stop at a trash can, we've finished our kombucha. Pop that bad boy open. Am I getting it? And on we walk. I guess I felt like I had to make this shot a little more dramatic because my last one failed so bad. This is the picture of a guy living in suburban America that I want to put out. Walking to the grocery store, admiring all the beauty, and filling up their bottle with some wine for the way back. I do find it strange though that we have all these cool things, and yet, you know, there's nobody here. It's all just empty. Anyways, folks, I think this is it. I just started making this video on a whim, and I had 50% battery. I think I told the story at the beginning actually, where I was ready to walk out of my house and I realized my phone had 18% battery. There was a little inkling of like, make a video on your walk today. So I charged it for as long as I could. I got it to 50%, and here we are. I'm down to like 2 or 3%. So I think I'm gonna die soon. I don't know, man. This is just what I did today. I walked around. This is what I do a lot. Not necessarily with the going to the grocery store and filling my kombucha bottle up with wine, but you know, I go on these walks a lot, and I just find it fascinating to explore around. I think that people need to realize what we have around them. I don't know how it is in other countries, but at least here in America, you've got your houses and your neighborhoods and things like that, and just there's so much beauty all around that some person has, you know, set up, some person has planned out, and we just don't take advantage of it enough. We don't take advantage of our state parks. We don't take advantage of anything. I'm taking advantage of it. This was a suburban walk in North Carolina. It was a good one. I stopped at the grocery store. I got me a kombucha. I got me a can of wine to fill it up when I was done. And I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of the walk back. If you like this type of video, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know. Sorry, I gotta walk by this car. Give me a thumbs up or something and let me know that you think this kind of video is cool, because that's the type of thing that's gonna make me want to make more of these kind of things, right? So let me know that you like this, and I'll make more of these. I go on these walks every day. I wander around and just kind of do my thing.